Okay, I'm on. So my name is Chris Fretz. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, and my favorite army is actually early war. So I'm hoping that someday that will come back onto the tournament scene once we get revised rules on that. I really like my French colonial infantry. Joe is making funny faces behind the camera right now because he really does. His Japanese infantry really doesn't like my French colonial infantry. Today I am running Soviet Hero Rifle, and I can tell you in this first game I did win it, but I regretted not taking the the Guard's Hero Rifle card because through most of the game I couldn't roll a 4, and it was taunting me by rolling a 3 to unpin. I've been going to Gencon for, this is actually 11 years now. The first year I was here, I was a participant. I had just gotten into Flames of War. And then the second year, I was actually beginning to organize our Able Company events for this con. And so for the past 10 years, I've been the overall organizer, dealing with Gen Con, getting all the logistics taken care of, getting us here, getting us set up. And then one day I run tournaments. So yesterday was my day to run tournaments. So I ran both our Team Yankee and our early war. And so now that my duties are done, I get to play for 2 days. So today I'm playing in the mid-war and the late war tournament. A good thing about Gen Con for me is it's in my hometown, and I work downtown and I have a parking place. So it's really nice and convenient, and I get to sleep in my own bed at night. But I have a great time here. We have a great bunch of guys. We bring in some really good players. It's always great to see new players here. We've also got our intro events, our Stalingrad table, which hopefully Joe will have a picture of in this video, as well as our other intro events. We're bringing in about 70 players through those games during the day, and most of them have never played or maybe played a couple of times. So hopefully we're going to grow the hobby and grow some more players out of it. And as a shout out, I would give a shout out to the rest of the Able Company members who have really been a big help in making this successful over all these years. And I guess that's about it.
Okay, so my name is Tria. Live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've lived there 29 years, but originally from England. Favorite things, hobby-wise, Flames of War and Team Yankee, definitely. Definitely prefer historicals over science fiction. I started out with Brits for Team Yankee, but I've switched to Soviets. I'll probably switch back to Brits when the challenges come out. My favorite armies for Flames of War are definitely Germans, Africa Corps and Late War. So I'm excited for the new Late War books to come out, the D-Day books and beyond. I think this is my 5th Gen Con, sequentially. First one where I've played in a tournament. Did pretty well yesterday, came in 3rd, which I was happy about. It's nice that Gen Con is close to where I live. It's only a 2-hour drive, so that makes it a good event to come to. Just always like to shout out to the Able Company guys. They put on great events, good hosts, and I really got involved in miniature wargaming when I was a teenager, when it was Wargames Research Group and using 1/300 scale Russian heroics. I kind of got out of it when I was an adult and had young kids, and then came back into it 5 or 6 years ago, when my son was grown and when I had the disposable income to get back into it. All right.
Hey, thank you. We'll give it a test.
Testing. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. I am Chris Jackson. I am living in Fayetteville, North Carolina right now. My favorite era is Team Yankee. My favorite army is U.S. Tank Company. List is the Abrams. This is my 2nd Gen Con. It's the first one since 2007. I think the good story I'm going to skip, and great to be here. Hope you guys have come and have fun too.
My name is David Vigor. I'm a psychiatrist. I live in Hazlet, Michigan. I got into Flames of War, rather long story, but I was doing disability exams on combat veterans, World War II veterans, and I was buying the models in 1/35th scale, and I accidentally bought one in 15 millimeter. And after a few months, I checked out Flames of War. I took my son to the Gettysburg tournament at Storicon, and I've been having a blast ever since then, making a lot of friends. I met Chuck Heiner by Facebook. He was from Afghanistan. I met Able Company 2010, 2011. We sent him stuff. I made a lot of friends with Flames of War and acquaintances that I like seeing again and again. My favorite army is Soviet Tankovi, whether early, mid, or late war. I've been playing that for years, and that seems to be my fallback. I like the camaraderie of Able Company. I belong to Lakeshore Gamers. There's many other gaming companies here. They're very flexible. They do a lot of teaching. What can I say? I like the camaraderie, and I like the game.
Great, thank you. Recording. Anytime you talk, one.
Okay, my name is Chuck Heiner. I'm from La Crosse, Wisconsin. We're part of the Screaming Eagles, which the Screaming Eagles is from La Crosse, Wisconsin, all the way to the middle of Minnesota, Rochester, as far as north as the Twin Cities. We probably have almost 45 active players between that region. So I'd like to give a shout out to all my friends up there at Dreamers Vault in the cities and D6 Games in Rochester. This is my second time being at Gencon, and Gencon's a lot of fun. Activities are going on. I wish I could see more of it, but by the time at the end of the 3 days, you're ready to go home when you drive 520 some miles to get here. My favorite list I like to play is probably Russians, because I'm kind of like a bold kind of guy. I want to get in fast and in tight and accept losses. I'm really not a finesse type of player, so playing Russians kind of like suits my style. I've been playing Flames of War since I was in Afghanistan in 2011. Never heard of the game, never knew about Gencon, nothing. Until one of my lieutenant colonels on my team introduced me to this game. And I guess it was keeping the 06 kind of busy, because we ended up playing a lot when we had a lot of downtime. And so I brought the game home with me, and it just kind of grew. And I've been on the tournament scene since 2015, so this is my fourth season right now. So I'm having fun. I love the experience with other players in other states. We all have a common bond, is gaming. And whatever side of the aisle are they on, personal things or whatever, I don't care. We're all in a bond because of gaming, and I really, truly enjoy that. There is a common bond. I love it. So, thank you for this time on the mic.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Blaine from Vancouver. This is my 17th Gencon, and probably about 8th or 9th playing in Able Company's tournament. I prefer mid-war Italians, a armor infantry battalion, because I like to drop a lot of things down. Greetings to the Drexel Games crew and to the Able Company. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you.
And everyone should attend. This is great. You meet good people, you have fun games. See you later.
All right. My name is William Brown. I'm from Lafayette, Indiana. And this is my 4th or 5th Gen Con I've attended, and the second one I've been here playing Flames of War. How I got into the game is a few years ago I saw it at Adepticon. I've been looking at this game for a long time and decided to get into it. And then the following year, I played at the Mid-War Nationals tournament at Adepticon and really loved it. So I plan to show up to as many things as I want and many more Gen Cons in the future. Yeah.
My name is Jonathan Meyer. I'm from St. Mary's, Ohio. My favorite army to use is the German Panzer Grenadiers, but I like to try to throw in little armored rifles every now and then. This is my first Gen Con that I've attended. Good story. That's that. Good story for me is I got a lot of good hits on a Leopard company in Team Yankee and completely wiped it out. But he came back with his ADATs and took out my Leopard 2s. So not as good, but still a pretty good game. And thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Mark. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm a Flames of War player here at Gencon. I've been playing Flames of War for probably 2 to 3 years. Really like the system. I got started with Flames of War when I met up with the guys or connected with the guys at Able Company. It's a great set of rules for both casual and tournament play. You can play tournaments and casual play. My favorite army is probably Russians. I like the mid-war list, and it's been great. Just want to shout out again to Able Company. They've been a real help and it made it very enjoyable. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Chad McElhenney. I'm currently the event coordinator for North America for Battlefront. Originally out of Southern California, I'm currently in Bel Air, Maryland. Favorite era is mid-war, although my favorite list is the V3 book. Grey Wolf, it's the Armored Recon for the Germans. And I may or may not know a couple of entries into the D-Day German book that might have me buying Pumas again, just saying. This is my second Gen Con, first one with Battlefront. Funny stories, honestly the funniest story happened at Origins, which is an event in Columbus, Ohio in June. And it just had to do with demoing one of the new games that we're unveiling and how that went down. It was kind of funny, but it's embarrassing for the people involved. So just, if you see me over a beer, it's probably a better way to do that story. That's just basically how it is. I want to give a shout out to anyone and everyone who plays Flames of War, Team Yankee tanks. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. And hopefully we got some good things coming down the pipeline shortly. Also, to my friends back in Southern California, Los Angeles Historical Gaming out of Pasadena, California, representing. So keep rolling those dice and I'll see you soon.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Joe Lewis. I currently live in Indianapolis, Indiana. My favorite army? I don't know. It depends on the era. I'm partial to Germans, Japanese, and Russians, depending on the army list. I play Americans, so I've been playing long enough to go all over the place. I've been coming to Gen Con. My first Gen Con, I was 15 years old, so that's like, 83. And I've been coming here a lot. I've been playing Flames of War for like 10 years, and you get some rowdiness here. But one of the neat things about Able Company, we've been running games here for the 10 years, keeping up that tradition, and it's all good. In this, I've been asking people to say their own, what's like a Gen Con story or something like that. And I was thinking about it. I've played a lot of good games and that kind of stuff, and all over the years. If you think about it, I played twice, 2 games, tournaments. So that's 6 times 10. That's 60 games I played here. That's pretty cool over the years. But I'm going to say, I asked people to say a Gen Con story, and I'm going to tell this Gen Con story. Most people don't know this, but I met my wife at Gen Con back in 1992. She worked for Mayfair Games, and we met at a TSR party. Actually, she was being harassed by someone who drank too much, and I saved her from this individual, and I fell in love. And the thing is, she wanted nothing to do with me. So, but anyway, it took 3 years of pursuing her, and anyway, the end result is will be 22 years in September. But I guess that's my Gen Con story. Anyway, I hope you could come here and have a Gen Con experience of some sort. Boy, I got a lot more stories because I've been here a long time to go into these conventions, Gen Con. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to my mates at Able Company. They do a really bang up job between the demo games. I ran the mid-war tournament this year, and I was near the Stalingrad table, and all day when people were playing the game, they said how much they loved it, and they all really do enjoy coming out here. We have some people that come every year and play because they really like it. It's a great table, and we have some intro games too that we've been doing, trying to advance the hobby. So anyway, that's what we do at Gen Con, and anyway, that's kind of my story. Thanks.